Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Edgar Berlanga is back. He's going to be facing... Well, first, let's just look at this. Because he's being thrown to the wolves. I like Edgar. I'm rooting for Edgar. I just think he's being thrown to the wolves, man. He has 23 wins, 18 knockouts, 2 losses, 1 to Canelo. Then he got knocked out when he faced Hamzah Sheeraz. He feels Hamzah Sheeraz had loaded gloves and loaded wraps, but that doesn't matter. He lost to him. Will he ever get the rematch to redeem himself? I don't know. But I want to point something out. He's 6'1" with a 73-inch reach. Doesn't have the best chin. He is going up against this guy right here. Some of y'all are going to know who he is. Some of y'all won't. But this right here is who they're throwing him in the ring with. Right here. Radivoje Kalajdzic. Now, for those of y'all who don't know who he is, they call him Hot Rod. He is a problem. Now, he has 30 wins, 22 by knockout. He has 3 losses. He had 1 to Bertabiev, 1 to David Morrell, and then he had 1 to Marcus Browne by split decision. And with that loss, he really beat Marcus Browne. They jerked him on the scorecards. With Bertabiev, he got stopped. With Morrell, it went to a decision. But I'm pointing this out because Kalajdzic, he just beat Gvozdyk. Now, for those of y'all who don't know who Gvozdyk is, Gvozdyk fought David Benavidez and almost beat David Benavidez. Matter of fact, there would have been 2 more rounds. He would have stopped Benavidez. But coming back full circle to what's going on here with Edgar. In Zuffa Boxing, it's supposed to be 8 weight classes, right? 175 is the weight class. Edgar Berlanga, for this fight, is going to be at 168. Now, let's go back over here, right? This is what I don't understand. Gvozdyk is 6'3" with a 76-inch reach. Let me point this out to y'all. Edgar Berlanga has got his hands full of people. 76-inch reach. Now let's look at Edgar Berlanga. 73-inch reach. He's 6'1". So he's shorter than Hot Rod. And his arms, he doesn't have the reach. I mean, Edgar Berlanga's got his hands full. But let me show you what they're trying to do here. See, this is just to let you know the boxing politics. Hot Rod, this fight's supposed to be at 168. Now look at these weights here. Let's go all the way back. You see 174, 174. This is the weight. Hot Rod has always fought at 175 pounds. What the hell just happened there? Hold on while we wait for this thing to come on. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. What the hell happened, man? Must have went to sleep for a second. But Hot Rod has always fought at 175 pounds. You can see in 2015, he was at 170 something, and 189, and 183. 173. So you can see his whole career, he's never ever fought at anywhere near 168 pounds. So what they're trying to do with Edgar Berlanga for his debut fight, I think they really want him to win. And I'm being honest with you. And this is why I got to say, hey, yo, hold your horses, Zuffa Boxing. Don't take it to the stupid. Because Edgar Berlanga, yeah, he got the bag. He got a good contract. Y'all throwing him to the wolves, but in this first fight, y'all really want him to win. So now you're trying to handicap Hot Rod. But we see it. But I still think Hot Rod is going to be. He's just still dangerous, man. And with Edgar Berlanga suffering that brutal knockout loss to Hamzah Sheeraz, he's going into a high-risk showdown against this guy Hot Rod, man. And Hot Rod is the guy who came. And of course, it was at 175, and he shocked the world and clipped Gvozdyk. Now this thing to come to 168, I mean, the weight cut, it may hurt him. I don't know, it may help him, I don't know. But I mean, 7 pounds is a lot to cut on a guy who doesn't like he has much weight to cut anyway. But I want to talk about Berlanga's new opportunity with Zuffa, the life-changing money he's making, this next fight, the danger of the opponent, and just why fans believe that Edgar Berlanga has earned every Zuffa dollar. And that's what I think, because Zuffa's giving him a second chance. And this is a massive moment in Berlanga's career. He's either going to hit a grand slam or he's going to strike out. Because after the criticism, the setbacks, the brutal losses, and questions about his ceiling, many fans believe his momentum was fading badly. And I agree. We saw him, rise to the top of the sport with those first 16 fights, 16 KOs, and look unbeatable. Then start stepping up in competition and getting clipped. Had a disagreement with Top Rank. Went over there to Eddie Hearn. He got the Canelo fight, supposed to be Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Anyway, he had that fight and he lost. But he still celebrated and went around just totally acting a fool, in my opinion. Bottom line is, he hyped himself up so much. He got in a fight with Hamzah Sheeraz. I think he overlooked him in Hamzah Sheeraz. That fight changed everything. That loss changed everything, man. And to me, that loss was career-altering. Not because losing itself is unforgivable, because of how he lost and how he was acting. But really, the way he lost, people celebrated him getting knocked out. That shit was violent, dramatic, and emotionally damaging for his public image. But when people celebrate you getting knocked out, that means you've done something wrong. That means you've turned off the people. But the bottom line is people started questioning his durability, his defense, mental recovery, and whether he was truly elite. And they started labeling Berlanga as a hype job. Anyway, Eddie Hearn didn't want to work with him anymore. Nobody wanted anything to do with him. So enter Zuffa Boxing. So now comes the opportunity. And financially, fans believe this changes Edgar's life forever. Now, he made good money with Canelo, but he's making good money in this contract with Zuffa. One thing about Edgar Berlanga, he's very entertaining. And if you're entertaining and you create a bit of controversy, but you're likable, see, that's the thing about him. There's something about him, although he loud and shit, there's still something likable about him, you know what I mean? But on this platform, he's hoping for bigger exposure, bigger checks, bigger fights. But there's a major, major catch when you're over there working with Turki Al-Sheikh and Dana White. Because we already know when Turkey's in the house, every day is Thanksgiving, right? Zuffa doesn't appear interested in rebuilding him softly. They're not taking him and giving him soft touches. They're throwing him to the wolves, boy. There will be no easy fights. And I noticed, along with other fans, Zuffa is throwing him into danger. I immediately noticed that. I said, all right, this guy Hot Rod is a problem. But I see what they're doing, because there's no 168-pound division, but they're doing the fight at 168. Because I think they really want Edgar Berlanga to win. So they're handicapping the guy Hot Rod. But I think that shit's going to all backfire. Because this is not a tune-up. This ain't a confidence builder. This is not a soft comeback. This is a risky fight. And for them to immediately do this to Edgar Berlanga, I'm just like, hey, yo, hold your horses. Don't take it to the stupid. Now, when it comes to Hot Rod, Hot Rod is dangerous. A lot of casual fans may not fully understand how dangerous this man is, man, but the hardcore fans do. We know. Awkward, experienced, tough, strong, durable, dangerous when underestimated. When he fought Gvozdyk, he shocked the world. And people were just sitting here like, where did that come from? But those of us who knew him, we said, yo, he can fight. And you saw what happened. He went out there, stunned the boxing world, clipped Gvozdyk. And Gvozdyk, remember, he was a more polished, more experienced, proven fighter. He was supposed to win that fight. Ukrainian, tough, gave Benavidez a very difficult fight. But Hot Rod just showed he had grit, timing, patience, toughness. He had self-belief and power. And that performance changed how many fans view him. But this thing about the weight cut to 168, this is a huge story, and it should be talked about. Because he has, look, I tell you what, if the fight was at 175, Hot Rod would have the weight advantage because he's a natural 175 pounder. He would have the damn reach advantage and the height advantage. And at 175, he probably had the power and everything else. And this is where the debate becomes fascinating because his weight cut is a huge story. You know, Hot Rod fought Gvozdyk at 175, and now he's coming down to 168. Does it help Berlanga? Absolutely. Hot Rod could be weight drained and in that ring with dead leg. It could be a situation of him being like Chris Eubank Jr. against Conor Ben. 7 extra pounds he has to come down. That shit would drain anybody. Weaken your stamina, reduce your punch resistance, affect your explosiveness. Meanwhile, Berlanga is more comfortable at 168. But there's the counter argument because other fans disagree completely. They're going to argue that Hot Rod's skill, timing, toughness, it's not going to disappear because of 7 pounds. All I'm saying is the man ain't got no fat on him. So where he going to find 7 pounds, I don't know. He going to cut off his goddamn foot. Matter of fact, some think making weight may sharpen his discipline. I don't know about all that. The fans see this as a high-risk fight for Berlanga, and I agree. Edgar needs momentum. That's the biggest concern. He needs momentum. He needs to win. He cannot afford another damaging loss right now, especially after the Sheeraz knockout, fan criticism, questions about his future. Another loss would create massive, massive pressure. But stylistically, this shit is ugly. Hot Rod creates uncomfortable fights for everybody. He's not flashy, but he's irritatingly effective, man. He survives, competes, drags opponents into ugly battles. I'm not making this up. I'm telling you, I've been watching him for a while. Hot Rod is a problem. Those are dangerous opponents for fighters who are trying to rebuild confidence. So the fact that Berlanga's been thrown into that, he can't possibly be going into this shit with confidence. And I'm going to tell you right now, Hot Rod fought Marcus Browne. And many fans right now are comparing this potential fight to Marcus Browne when he faced Hot Rod. In that fight, most people felt Hot Rod deserved better than the official outcome. He deserved to be the winner. That split decision was all bullcrap. He deserved a unanimous decision. So Marcus Browne escaped with a very fortunate split decision. Not his fault. The judges scored it the way they did, but fans, we know how that fight really went. And what the fans are going to say is if Edgar wins, especially in a split decision, they're going to say that it was ugly, controversial, and basically Hot Rod has to relive another Marcus Browne moment. Now, as far as Zuffa, I think Zuffa just out here testing Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? Like, we invested in this guy. We want big competitive fights. We're not here to allow someone to get in there and dominate. Nah, we want drama. Zuffa wants fighters. At first, they want their matchmaking to send a message to everyone who signs with them. You're not going to be coddled. You're a fighter. You come here and you fight. Zuffa wants fighters who compete, take risks, entertain, and prove themselves. So Edgar's not being protected at all. Well, he's not being protected. Well, he's being protected up to a certain point. I'll put it to you that way. Because there's shit that they don't have a 168-pound division, but they're allowing him to fight at 168. That's some protection. I do think they're also evaluating him in real time. You want big money, earn it. That's the energy many fans feel from this move. Bigger checks now come with bigger expectations. So Edgar's finally entering the stage where reputation alone means nothing. And for Zuffa, maybe they may want to add a few more weight divisions. I don't know. But I know for Edgar, his reputation don't mean nothing. He cannot fight emotionally. He's always getting emotional and fighting recklessly. He got to stay disciplined, use the jab, manage distance, counter. Can't be loading up wildly, throwing that right hand from a distance where he can't land it. He got to stay defensively responsible. Because Hot Rod thrives when fighters become chaotic. You watch me. You become chaotic, that's where he starts to really up and away on you. So the mental test, this may become more mental than physical. I think it's going to be momentum for Berlanga. So fans are asking, how did the Sheeraz knockout affect Edgar psychologically? I don't know. We're going to find out if he's going to hesitate, overreact, fight recklessly, become desperate. I don't know what Berlanga's going to do. But if he returns smarter, hungrier, and more disciplined, I mean, and that's good, and he's able to get a win, especially knock this guy out. You got to start to talk about Edgar Berlanga again. Because I'm telling you, man, he got a second chance with his boxing career. Life-changing money, man. But all I'm saying is, what I'm trying to tell you is Zuffa Boxing appears to be saying there ain't going to be no shortcuts over here, man. No free money. Every fight is a real fight. So either get up or get out. Because against Hot Rod, fans believe Edgar may have to walk through fire immediately to prove he truly belongs at the elite level. Because if you can't beat Hot Rod, first of all, I think Hot Rod gets way underestimated. And he's underrated. He is a problem. But if you can't beat Hot Rod, Edgar Berlanga might as well wrap it up. Anyway, he needs this win. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.